following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up, a shelter needs your help to keep their animals comfortable. Find out how you can assist later in the show.
Today was a sunny and windy day in West Central Illinois. Storm Team 3's Molly Naslin will tell you if spring weather is around the corner.
And could marijuana be making a new name for itself in Illinois? Find out what supporters of the plant have to say.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
But first, we begin with a story concerning the health and safety of people across the Midwest. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm John Benedek.
And I'm Devin Brooks. An outbreak of salmonella linked to chicken salad has sickened more than 170 people across the 5 states. The chicken salad is sold in Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, and South Dakota. It's produced by Triple T Specialty Meats Incorporated, selling in Fairway grocery stores. The closest Fairway grocery store is in Moline, Illinois. The CDC says all chicken salads produced between January 2nd and February 7th should be thrown away or returned to the store.
A canine from the McDonough County Sheriff's Office will be receiving a new body armor. The canine Daisy May will be getting a bullet and stab-proof vest. The vest will be provided by Vested Interest in Canines Incorporated. Vested Interest is a charity with the mission of providing assistance to dogs and law enforcement throughout the country with funds they receive from donors. Daisy's vest was paid for by an anonymous sponsor.
People with qualifying conditions have access to medical marijuana in Illinois. However, this program is still in its infancy. News 3's Sonia Lynn Nelson tells us how people can benefit from the program.
The Compassionate Use of Medical Cannabis Pilot Program Act has been in effect in Illinois since 2013. However, this program is slowly growing. Seminars like this one, put on by Medical Cannabis Outreach in Macomb this past weekend, seek to inform about the use of medical marijuana and assist community members through the difficult process of joining the program. They hope to dispel any worries about using cannabis by informing people about its medical benefits.
Stasis, I mean, it's so important. If you get good rest, good nutrition, you have an appetite, it is an anti-inflammatory, it's a bronchodilator, it's antiemetic. There's so many things that it can help and improve that quality of life.
The outreach has been very effective in helping people in our area get through the legal hurdles of joining the program.
I was told that if you extrapolate what Medical Cannabis Outreach has done in District 14, if you was extrapolate that throughout the whole state of Illinois, we would have over 300,000 patients on the program.
They are definitely doing their fair share to help. The Illinois Department of Public Health has approved applications for approximately 29,900 patients. And those numbers are only growing.
Cannabis is safe. Cannabis is legal in the state of Illinois.
Now that's medical cannabis. Recreational cannabis will be on the ballot this coming fall. For News 3, I'm Sonia Lynn Nelson.
There are upcoming seminars in Champaign, Pekin, and Galesburg. Visit medicalcannabisoutreach.com for dates and information.
Major road work is set to begin along North Randolph Street in Macomb. Construction work planned between Calhoun Street and University Drive on North Randolph will begin this summer. Public Works Director Scott Coker says the work will focus on replacing concrete and road resurfacing. Coker also says construction bids will go out this week, and he expects a project to be completed by early August.
It's almost time for the Macomb City Yard Waste site to open this season. Mayor Macomb, Mike Inman, says the waste site on Tower Road will begin accepting trash on April 5th. For the spring season, the facility will still operate on weekends from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Inman also says starting March 26th, the city will not require stickers on yard waste bins.
The Knox County Humane Society is in need of donations of chairs and recliners to provide a more comfortable living space for the dogs. The Humane Society is a no-kill animal shelter. This means they have to provide a living space and other needs for the animals. These donations could help make the shelter's job easier and help improve living conditions for the animals.
The University Union Board at WIU is preparing to host its annual Best Week Ever. The theme for this year's event will be Nacho Average Week. This will start on Monday, March 19th and go through Friday the 23rd, the week after WIU students return from spring break. The events will be free of charge and free nachos will be served at each event. Those who attend the events will be entered into a drawing for a prize. You can find times and locations on their social media.
And this weekend is the 37th annual Fossil Show at WIU. This year's theme is the wonderful world of agates. Several cases will display agates from around the world. Each child that enters the show will receive 2 tickets, one for a free turn in the dig for a fossil and another ticket for the spin and win game. Other tickets can be purchased for $1. There will be 10 different vendors selling different types of rocks and fossils. Admission is free to the event.
Today is International Women's Day. In celebration, the Center of International Studies and the Women's Center will be sponsoring a viewing of the movie Hidden Figures. This movie tells the story of mathematician Katherine Johnson and her contributions to NASA. The movie starts at 7 p.m. in the Sandberg Theater. There will be an open discussion after the film. This event is free and open to the WIU community.
Well, Phi Kappa Phi is having a research paper competition. Students who submit papers are eligible for awards. The first place winner will receive an undergraduate research award. The award was established by the first woman to receive a PhD at WIU, Virginia Lowell Grable. Papers must be endorsed by a full-time faculty member at WIU.
The Macomb Park District is holding a fundraiser to help pay for lighting for the youth baseball fields at Veterans Park. They will be raising funds through an adult Disney trivia night. All proceeds from the event will go towards the lights. There will also be a cash bar with signature Disney-themed drinks, and they will be raffling off multiple baskets. Admission is $10 per person, and snacks will be provided. The event will take place tomorrow night at the Lakewood Lodge in Macomb. Doors will open at 6:30 p.m. and the trivia will start around 7. You can register on the Macomb Park District's website.
Well, coming up after the break, could unhealthy diets trigger unhealthy habits in a teen's life?
Find out more in this week's Health Minute.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
A new study that suggests telling teens to diet may have unhealthy consequences for them later.
Here's Mary Maloney with today's Health Minute.
A new study from the journal Pediatrics suggests that encouraging teens to diet may affect their weight and emotional health as an adult. The study also says this encouragement to diet not only negatively impacts the teen who's been asked to lose weight, but it may affect their children too, as they were more likely to do the same with their kids. To help teens build a positive and healthy body image, start healthy habits when they're young. Be the example. If they see a parent eating healthy, they are more likely to develop that habit. Trying to bribe children to eat vegetables or punish them if they don't? Try teaching them to grow the food, nourish, and then make cooking with veggies fun. Encourage a positive body image. Teach teens about the different body types and how one is no better than the others. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
The month of March just started, so that means people will have another round of student loans to pay back. With this influx of people paying bills online, others are looking to scam you out of that money. Companies claim to be able to help you pay the loans quicker and cheaper. This is not an uncommon occurrence. The Federal Trade Commission has a few tips to avoid getting scammed out of your money. Never pay an upfront fee. It's illegal for companies to charge you in advance. Only scammers promise fast loan forgiveness, so make sure you watch out for that. A Department of Education seal doesn't mean that it's legitimate. And lastly, don't share your federal student ID with anyone.
Students returned to class 3 weeks after a shooter started a shooting massacre at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Students, faculty, and community members banded together over the past few weeks following the shooting. Some of them even visited state houses and the White House to spur new gun laws. The shooter, Nicholas Cruz, was indicted on 34 counts, including 17 counts of premeditated murder. According to a probable cause testimony following his arrest, Cruz confessed to being the gunman. He is currently held in isolation at Broward County Jail.
WIU's Black Student Association is informing students on intruder safety. The recent shooting in Birmingham, Alabama marks the 14th classified school shooting in the U.S. so far this year. This includes any shooting on school grounds where at least one person has been shot, not including the shooter. This week, BSA held an informational meeting on the steps a person should take if a shooter enters a building. Students were taught to be aware of all exits that are available in a present space. Tips in hiding and successfully escaping the scene were practiced in specific areas in the Sandberg Theater. BSA plans to share this information with other organizations on campus. WIU students are preparing to leave for spring break, but for those sticking around, NEWS3's Molly Mason has her live 5-day forecast.
That is coming up right after the break.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straighten me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about NEWS3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Macomb. We're seeing our temperatures floating right around 36 degrees with some partly cloudy skies. That sun's sneaking through every once in a while and showing some blue skies over us, so overall it's turning out to be a very lovely day. Winds are out of the west right now at 10 miles per hour. We're seeing our humidity at 51% and our dew point is very low at 19 degrees. This means that there's not a lot of moisture in the air, so that dew point is going to stay very low. Looking at our Midwest weather tracker, as you can see behind me here, there's not a whole lot of clouds in our area. We've had a little bit here, throughout the day, but for the most part, it's been very nice out. Now looking at our almanac, again, we are sitting right around average for what our normal temperatures are. 47 and 29 are our average. And we saw our temperatures get up to 36 today, and we're going to get down a little into the low 20s tonight. So we are a little bit below average again still for today. This is our current surface map we have this high pressure system right in our area that's giving us those clear blue skies, those nice days, and not a whole lot of clouds in our area, which is helping us have a great start to our spring break leading weekend. Here are the current temps. Again, there's where that line is. There's where our temperatures are, and everywhere to the northeast of that, that's where it's cold, and unfortunately, we are to the northeast of that line, so we're experiencing some below average temperatures. Right now, again, we are seeing 36 degrees. Beardstown, you are at 37. Quincy, you are over at 38 degrees. Tonight, we're going to see our temperatures dip down into the lower 20s with 22 in Macomb, 25 in Beardstown, and 26 in Quincy. Tomorrow, we're going to get up a little bit warmer than what we've been seeing this week with 42 here in Macomb, 43 over in Burlington, and 45 over in Keokuk. Tomorrow night, again, we're going to get down below what our averages are with 26 here in Macomb, 25 in Bloomington, and 27 in Peoria. Tonight, again, we're going to get down to about 22 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest at 10 miles per hour, but we're going to have partly cloudy skies, so it's not looking too bad out there tonight. Tomorrow, right before we start our spring break, it's going to get up to 42 degrees with winds out of the east at 8 miles per hour. Then for your 5-day, we've got 42 tomorrow for your high, but cloudy skies. Saturday, 47. We're bringing that sunshine back into our forecast, though. Sunday, unfortunately, we're going to have clouds come back in. Monday and Tuesday, you're going to have partly cloudy skies with 44 and 42 for your highs. The whole week, though, we are going to be in the mid to upper 20s for our lows.
And we spring forward this weekend.
On Sunday, your clocks are going to jump ahead at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Extra hour of sleep. I know we all
no,
agree with that.
That's an extra hour of no sleep.
Oh, that's right. Well, doggone it.
Oh, man, you got me excited. Like, wait a minute. No, it's not. Well, hopefully we're getting more spring weather, which means the greatest time of the year is beginning, baseball season.
You're totally right, John. Coming up next on Live at 4, awards are still pouring in for the WIU women's basketball team, and an MLB oddity returns. After the Summit League announced their all-decade team, see which Leathernecks were recognized, and Major League Baseball is being a little nostalgic of late. Find out how and where on the diamond when we return on Live at 4.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Zach Stone. After a weekend in Sioux Falls, the WIU women's basketball team is out of the Summit League tournament. I'm joined now by Phil Giovanni, the play-by-play announcer for the women's team. Phil, I understand that you were in Sioux Falls. How'd you like it?
Absolutely loved it. I mean, the weather was a little chilly, but overall it was such a great experience, and it was just a great area to be in for that weekend.
Obviously, the women going out in the semifinals. Can you talk a little bit about the game against Omaha that started off the tournament for the women and sort of progress into that second game? Talk about the good and the bad.
Yeah, Omaha's game was phenomenal. The steals were there, the defense was there. Emily Clemens, I mean, played the night of her life with 36 points. I believe she had 8 or 9 steals. There was some dispute between the stats, but overall, just an incredible defense. Her intelligence when it comes to court vision and pass perception is like an Einstein, basically. She is such a genius, and that really showed with, like I said, 36 points and 9 steals. So she's a mind reader, and honestly, everybody else played incredibly well. Morgan Bloomer shot the lights out, and Olivia Braun played incredible defense. So I think that was the game where they really proved all their positives were there.
And obviously the negatives coming in that second game. Was it just really the mesh wasn't there? Was the ball not falling, or was it more that the style of play was a little too fast for them?
Yeah, they played a lot of zone defense, which was, we were surprised that they stuck with that going into the second half when they saw it wasn't working. But other than that, they played a decent game. I think Clemens was getting locked down pretty well. SDSU is just so good overall, and there's a reason that they're the second seed and that they won the tournament overall.
Can you talk about the possibility of making the WNIT, though, and what the positives in that tournament might look like?
Well, I mean, I think we're a very solid team, and like I said, SDSU and USD are also incredible teams, but Western is very special in the fact that we have a smaller rotation, which allows us to play heavier minutes on our best players, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that keeping Clemens, Bloomer, and Higginbotham out in the court for as long as possible is going to be the best thing that they can do, and it's what they normally do. So I think that's going to be seen going forward if they can keep their conditioning up and prove themselves in a bigger tournament.
A lot of stuff to look forward to next year. It's time to sort of wait for that NIT call to happen. Until then, we'll keep you updated on that Leatherneck Sports and the WIU women's basketball team. Keeping with the WIU women's basketball team, 2 women's players have been recognized by the Summit League, earning all-decade team honors. Emily Clemens and Ashley Luke represent Western on the 10-player list. Luke, who played for Western from 2012 to 2015, is one of the several players on the 1,000-point log list, logging 1,531 points over 3 years. During her time at WIU, she was awarded Summit League Player of the Week 11 times and also received the Capital One Academic All-American of the Year her junior season. She was the first female athlete in Western's history to earn the award. Luke did not play her senior year for personal reasons. Also, Emily Clemens getting some love from Summit League fans, the machine from Muscatine, ending her senior year in the Summit League tournament. Clemens was an instrumental cog in last year's team, leading them to the Summit League championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Over her time with the team, Clemens has etched her name in WIU women's basketball history. She is the current all-time leader in scoring, as well as the assists leader. She is also the first player in WIU history to surpass 1,000 points, 500 assists, and 200 steals, all the while receiving several national and conference awards. And the accolades rolling in for the women's team, Coach Gravina is going to have his hands full getting women to fill those roles. And the WIU baseball team off to a slow start this season with a grueling 5-game road trip in Indiana. The men have the opportunity to get their first win of the season. The first 3 games take place in Terre Haute, where the Leathernecks will take on the Sycamores of Indiana State. That 3-game series from Bob Warren Field will be available to watch online on ESPN.com. Then 2 more games on the road in Bloomington to take on Big Ten powerhouse Indiana. The Hoosiers currently sit at 9-3 and are ranked 14th in the nation, according to Division1Baseball.com. And from college to the majors, we have more baseball news that might make you smile. During their upcoming 20th anniversary season, the Arizona Diamondbacks will be bringing back a piece of baseball history. And baseball fans from as early as the 1950s will remember pitchers being transported from the mound or to the mound in various vehicles. Up until the mid-90s, if you visited Miller Park, you'd be able to see Brewers pitchers ride up to the mound in a motorcycle sidecar. But that tradition is coming back. The Diamondbacks have announced that for the 2018-2019 season, they will be bringing back the bullpen cart. Derek Hall, the CEO of the Diamondbacks, says that the organization is excited to bring the on-track bullpen cart back to the MLB. And fans at Chase Field will be in for a treat whenever the bullpen is called. We'll keep you updated on more spring training antics and stories throughout March. That's sports. Final word is next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Several WIU broadcasting students have been honored for their work this year. Several students traveled to the nation's capital, and one student to New York City to attend 2 yearly award ceremonies.
The Intercollegiate Broadcasting System awarded NEWS3 the Best Use of YouTube Award, and Best College TV Advisor Award went to our news director, Jasmine Crichton. Meanwhile, the National Broadcasting Society also racked up a lot of awards. I know I was there, you were there, John, and here in front of us we have a lot of awards to show.
And we got this is the Best Sports Reporter.
This one was a promo for video.
There we go, Best Newscast.
Best Newscast.
The taller ones are
Best Sports Director.
Best Sports Director. At National Broadcasting, the one in DC, there was a competition to do on-the-spot PSA, and we won that one as well.
Yeah. And I got the Best
Rookie
Member of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
So
that was good stuff. There's take a look now. That's we put that together in a half a day.
That's the on-the-spot competition.
On-the-spot competition.
Yeah, awesome.
And we're going to be putting that up on our website.
It was just a great, we have a great legacy here, a lot of talented people, and we had a wonderful time. Met a lot of great professionals.
Great professionals, great ambitious broadcasters like us.
Absolutely.
Who are looking to just get in the field.
And hopefully next year I can submit something about social media. If you look on the NEWS3 TV page, there's a poll about those bullpen carts. Go and search it, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear if you like it or if you think that the cart should just stay in the shed.
That's right, yeah. So check it out on our Facebook page. Yep. All right, and Molly, final weather?
Final weather is looking really good for the rest of the week, especially going into our spring break weekend and spring break week. Friday, unfortunately, we're going to have 42 degrees for a high with cloudy skies. Saturday, we're going to be bringing that sunshine back in with 47 for a high. 45 on Sunday with those clouds again. But Monday and Tuesday to kick off your spring break. Here in Macomb, we'll be partly cloudy both days with a high of 44 and 42. Those lows are going to be in the 20s for the entirety of your 5 days.
Thank you so much, Molly.
Yes, well, remember, we lose an hour of sleep, and
we don't gain it. We do not lose it.
And, well, that's all for us today.
But we're online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning for Good Morning Macomb. We'll be live at 9 a.m.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.